Hi, my name's Jack Thompson. I make fishing related content on this channel, and ever since I can remember, I've always been obsessed with fish. Another related hobby that I've had for many years is enjoying keeping aquariums indoors. I had my first tank from a very young age and showed interest in all different types, from goldfish to tropicals. Currently I have a pretty big tank in my living room with my first attempt at aquascaping, and it seems to be doing rather well. There's one thing I've never had the chance to try, and that is keeping koi. I've had a very big interest in it for many years, even to go as far as making an appearance at some of the huge koi shows in the southeast. There's just one problem. I've just never had the time and space to complete such a project. 2 years ago, myself and my partner bought our first house, which was a massive project in itself. The renovation work that's gone into it has just been nothing less than exhausting, especially as I do it for my daily job and then have to come home and carry on until we've completed it. One thing I've not been looking forward to about this renovation is the garden and the garage, as it was in such a total mess. Something happened recently that totally exposed our privacy in the garden, so it has left me no choice but to crack on and get the landscaping project underway. I haven't got a lot of space, but what I do have, I'm going to try my hardest to cram a pond of some sort into the garden and keep a few amazing carp in it. This is my first attempt at a build myself, and I'm sure a few mistakes will be made, but I would really like to share with you the progress and the stages of this build. Hopefully you guys can learn something the same as me. So what you see behind me is the start of the renovation on the garden. This is basically how the last tenants left this, and now since we bought the house we haven't really done anything to the garden except the fence. So basically we're going to strip out this, get rid of the shed, strip all the back out, mark out exactly where the pond's going to go, obviously get rid of the existing pond that's there, and yeah, basically just start clearing out ready for the build. Let's crack on. Got a slow one. Not bad for a morning's graft. That's all gone. So basically next thing is to empty all the water out the pond and demolish that. And then I'm thinking the new pond's going to go here, all the way there, have hopefully a glass panel on the front there so we can see what's going on, and then probably a pergola over the top, and then the rest of it all patioed inside the pergola as well. So yeah, getting there. Double header. It's not until you start digging that you suddenly realise how much earth is going to come out of such a small area. We had removed so much hardcore just clearing the area, and for the last push I really needed some help and asked a good friend of mine, James, to come over and lend a hand, which he kindly agreed to. Now this is what you call digging out. Got 60 bags there. Good morning, it's another day on the pond build. It's Sunday currently, so I have to be a little bit quiet because of the neighbours. It's still only like 8 o'clock, but it's bank holiday weekend and I've got another 2 days to try and sort this wall out and get that base in. So I'll quickly run you through what I'm going to do on this build over the next couple of days. Like I say, I've got a couple of days, so I could probably smash it in one, but like I say, I don't want to break myself on a bank holiday, especially after I've been doing it all week anyway. So yeah, let me show you. So there's the garden room coming on nicely now. Just got to get all the wiring done, the lights put in. My mate's gone to France fishing over, well, this week, and yes, he's not around, so I'll have to probably run the wires myself. So basically, this wall here, as you'll all be aware, it's single skin, and this was built before I was going to make the pond. So what I've come up with is I'm going to take this top course of blocks away, and then I will lay the base up until this second course of blocks. So that will all be backfilled. I've got some iron mesh to go in there to help out the concrete base, and then all of that will be flat surface, and then the blocks will be laid on their side there. So yeah, that should give it the strength then, and obviously it'll be tied into this wall, tied into that wall there, and then there's not going to be a window along this side here either, because you'll be coming up these stairs, and that'll be a solid wall, so you can see the fish more traditionally from up there. There's going to be a wall built there's going to be a window built in here so that you can see them when we're down on this patio, when this eventually gets done. And then there's going to be a window up there as well, so when we're sitting inside of the garden room we can still see them. So that is what I've come up with. It's just putting it all into practice now, and yeah, get working, get digging again. To where I think pretty much the centre of the pond's going to be. I've levelled it both ways, and now this is going into my garage, and this is going to be the filter house. So I've got to drill a pilot hole through the wall first, just to make sure that that I'm in the right place before I start core drilling a 4-inch hole through it. So yes, let's crack on and get that done. Move that. Okay, now. Here we go. Oh, better turn that up. It is through pretty much where I wanted it to be. That's absolutely perfect, that is. Right, next I'm going to title this wall up, paint it black I think, put some pug in the old sockets, and yes, that is excellent. That is absolutely perfect there. It definitely took longer than expected drilling the 4-inch hole through the double skin of blocks, but eventually I did, and I was able to pass the pipework through and start the process of attaching the bottom drain. This is a job that you have to be quick about when pipe welding it together, and really, you only get one chance at it. I made sure it was all clean and free from grease, and then took some sandpaper to score the surface around where the join would be, just to improve it. I had to call in Charlotte for her help to hold the pipe whilst I applied the liquid weld, as like I said, you only really get the one chance. A bit of information that I never heard when doing my research on building ponds is the level of what you set your bottom drain pipework running back to the filter. So I picked up the phone to a well-known koi shop and they advised me to set it level, so that's what I'd done before cutting the reinforcement steel mesh around the drain and concreting it in. Well, what a mission that bank holiday's been. We're halfway through Monday now, and I'm going to chill out for the afternoon before getting back to work, but I've achieved everything that I wanted to this weekend. I've got the base in, and yeah, the bottom drain's in, and basically, as you can see here, these walls, that is pretty much how it's going to look. So when I'm in the kitchen or whatever, I can still see the koi through that window there, and there's also going to be a window at the top. Let me spin the camera around and I'll quickly show you. So yeah, this is basically, I've just laid the blocks to the height of what I wanted the pond. So yeah, this is all been reinforced now. It's all got iron mesh in there. The concrete base is probably around 200mm thick, so yeah, it is quite big. So the idea of it is, so when we come up here, we can see the fish traditionally from this top path here. So when they're swimming around, you can see them from top, and then when you're down there through the kitchen, you can still see the fish. And then when you're in here, there'll be another window exactly like that here. So when you're sitting down, chilling with a beer in here at night, the pond's still glowing up. So yeah, there was an old pond in there I had to dig out this morning. That was a mission, but we are getting there. Got to paint all this soon, put a new fence up along here. It's a proper job. Redo the patio down the bottom. But that is what all these jobs are about, isn't it? They're not 5-minute jobs, that's for sure. But I've always wanted to do a pond build. I've been looking after fish ever since I was a teenager, like a proper youngster as well. And yeah, it's about time I had a proper project. So, guys, follow follow the YouTube channel for the updates on the pond build. Yeah, the first bit is in, the base is done. Just laying the blocks next, so I'm absolutely buzzing for that. But please remember to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you again in the next one.